Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Now, the reason I look like this, and I've got my sports bra on underneath this hoodie, is because during my workout session with my Zoom family, who of course, as always, are on my laptop, just here, because, you know, separation anxiety, we were working out, and I was looking over at my shelves, and I was thinking,
what can I do?
And I thought to myself, as I looked over at my bookshelf and I spotted one particular series that I've been meaning to read, and I thought I'm going to do it in 2 weeks. Now, you're going to see videos book by book, but I'm going to start with the first one in the series, and I'm going to try and finish them all within the 2-week period. But I'm going to start with A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, and I'm going to make my way through the series. I'm very scared. I love the TV show, and I know the books are incredible. I know people who have read them and have said they're really worth reading. So this one is 780 pages, not including the appendix. So I'm going to try and read this in a couple of days, and I'm going to start now. The next time you see me, you'll be in my bed with me, nice and cozy. I have a glass of gin poured because I've just finished a day of work, and you know, what else am I going to do? But yeah, that's my plan, starting with Game of Thrones and working all the way to the current book out in the series. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm taking you guys on a journey with me. And who knows, if I don't manage to get through them all, you may not see all these videos within the 2 weeks, but I will get through these books and you will see videos for them. Yes, they're going to be spoiler videos. If you don't like spoiler videos, do not watch it. I've seen all the show. I know the show is different to the books, and characters die in the show that don't die in the book, and characters die in the book that don't die in the show. And we will see how it goes, and I hope you enjoy this video and you're along for this crazy, crazy ride. So, I'm just going to address the elephant in the room. My hair is blue. I did that today. Yes, I love it. Yes, I have got some staining, but I absolutely love it, so thanks to my roommate for doing that. Kind of matches my flag, kind of a little bit more green. This is, if anyone's interested, it's the aquamarine from Arctic Fox. Would definitely recommend. I did bleach it beforehand. That was fun, because I did still have pink in it. But basically, I'm taking part in a 24-hour readathon with my Zoom family, who are right here, and I'm going to try and get through Game of Thrones, hopefully, and we will see what happens, and you'll be along for the ride, so thanks for joining. So I'm on page 44, and they are just talking about everything that's happened from the Trident, and how Robert is very sad because Lyanna's dead, and he still remembers her, and he still remembers killing Rhaegar Targaryen in the Trident, and he's sad because he only got to kill him once, which, men and violence, is just dumb. And we've just got to where Robert has asked Ned to be the Hand of the King. And now, I've watched the series, so I know this is kind of the things, the catalyst, and this is the starting point to where everything goes wrong from here. It's not going to get better, everything goes wrong, and Ned gets sucked into the politics of King's Landing and the Game of Thrones, and yeah, I just know from here everything goes downhill, and it's very funny reading it now. It's just, yeah, it's very, very well written. I have to say that about George R.R. Martin. I mean, I'm not very far in, but there's a lot of intrigue with this book, and having read this one before, I have an idea. I can't remember it a lot because it's a huge book, but I need to carry on reading because I'm very intrigued with what's going to happen with Ned and Robert and the Lannisters. Because, you know, Lannisters. So I'm on page 50 and we are at the feast, the Starks feast that they've put on for Robert Baratheon and the Lannisters. And it's one of Jon's chapters, and we're talking about Jon's direwolf pup ghost and how he's so quiet. And Benjen's talking about how there are still direwolves beyond the wall, and it's really interesting because direwolves are these mythical wolves that are huge, and I would love a direwolf, and I think they're one of my favourite creatures in these whole books, other than dragons, because dragons are my favourite mythical creature. But they're also talking about how Jon's the bastard of Winterfell, Ned's bastard, and Catelyn Stark hates Jon Snow with a passion, and I feel really bad for Jon. He's so young still. And they're talking about how Lady Stark has basically said, you can't sit with us because it might offend the royal family. And specifically, it would offend Cersei Lannister, let's be honest, because Cersei Lannister, she's a bitch. But yes, I am still really enjoying this, and I'm going to keep on reading. Okay, so it's like midnight here, hence why the lighting is terrible, and why I look so friggin' tired. I'm gonna go to sleep now for like 5-6 hours, hopefully. I've set my alarm for 5:30, and then I'll be back reading. I'm on page 105, which is better than I was on, and technically the readathon started at like 4 p.m. for me, but I didn't actually start until like 9 p.m. or whatever. So, I mean, I'm feeling pretty okay with the fact that I'm on page 105. I've still got a hell of a long way to go, but I feel like the best thing I can do is like have a kind of semi good night's sleep. Good morning. It is now 6:56 in the morning, and I slept longer than I wanted to, about an hour longer than I wanted to, but I'm gonna get to reading again in just a minute. I'm gonna make coffee first. So I'm on page 154, and I've just finished the really tough chapter where Ned has to kill Sansa's direwolf lady, and I remember in the show it was really sad, but reading about it was so much worse, and it just reaffirms how much I hate the Lannisters, and specifically Cersei Lannister. Like, that woman is evil incarnate and will do anything to get her way, and it's disgusting. And that little shit Joffrey, who disgusts me in every which way, still gets his way because he's a prince, and poor Arya and Micah, and you know, Joffrey needs to learn that lesson, and Robert is so blind to everything, and it's insane. So I'm on page 169 now, which is the end of one of Catelyn's chapters, and she's speaking to Peter Baelish, Littlefinger, and he's told her that the dagger that was used to try and murder Bran was his, and that it was Tyrion's because he lost it in like a bet. I don't really understand, but my first thought would be, why do I trust Littlefinger when he's brought me to his rooms under guard? Don't make sense to me. But I'm not Catelyn Stark, thank God. But yeah, I just find it odd that Peter Baelish puts into motion a whole set of events under what could be a lie. I don't know, I find it weird. Hi, I wanted to film a quick little clip because I have stopped reading Game of Thrones for now. I'm going to pick it up again in the morning, but I got kind of annoyed earlier and I just wasn't in the right headspace for it. Hence why I've stopped reading, and I actually just picked up Heartstopper Volume 1 and Nick and Charlie babies, and I'm really, really pleased I read it. It's put me in a really good mood. Yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling much better after reading it. So if you've been thinking about picking it up, you should. But yeah, I'm probably not going to read now. I'm probably just going to watch stuff on TV for a bit and then go to sleep, even though I'm really not tired. So I may end up reading Game of Thrones later on. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. So it is now 10 past midnight on the 7th of July, and I have finally got to 50%. Well, 49%, but that's only for going by the full page count, and I'm going by the page count of actual writing instead of the appendix, so I've got to 50%. I'm absolutely loving it, and yeah, I just have to keep on reading and keep on going, but I am really enjoying it. So for now, it's awesome. I really like it. It's the first book, so it's very much verbatim to the show, which is helpful. But yeah, I'm really, really loving it, and yeah, I just thought I'd share I finally got to 50%. It's just taken me a whole week when I was expecting to take it a couple of days, but... Okay, so it's the 9th of July, and I'm on page 471, and we are talking to Cersei in the Godswood, and warning her to leave King's Landing, and Cersei is terrifying. In the show, she's terrifying. In the books, she's terrifying. She's just done the line of, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground. And it's just so terrifying, because we all know what Cersei is capable of. Okay, so I'm just going to say it now. I know this is god-awful, terrible lighting. Sorry, I know I look very tired, and that's because I am. But I have got to the part in Game of Thrones, so it's after midnight. It's 20 past midnight. And I've just got to the part that really upset me in the show, upset me in the books, and all I'm going to say, I'm on page 511, and it's the end of Eddard's chapter after Robert's been hunting, and all I'm going to say is that motherfucking little asshole, that little asshole snake, Littlefinger, can he just die? Because fuck Littlefinger. So, I have finished Game of Thrones. It took me way longer than I expected it to. I loved it. It took me a while to just want to pick up and read. I think it's because it's very intimidating. The best thing about this book, though, was how short the chapters are. They're very, very bite-sized. You're kind of dropping in on these people's lives, and I really, really appreciated that it wasn't huge amounts of parts of stories that you had to kind of remember where everyone was. They were just little snippets of what was happening at the time, and I just really, really enjoyed it. I tabbed a lot of it up. I'm not very good with history, so there's no greens, because I don't know what's inaccurate or not, but oh well. But I found the whole story very, very gripping. I'm excited to read the second one. The good thing about this book was it was pretty much verbatim to what happened in the TV show. So that made it very easy. I mean, the standout characters for me are Tyrion, Daenerys, Jon, and to some extent Arya. I think in this one she's still very young, and she hasn't had a chance to kind of show herself yet because she's been within the court. You've got Daenerys, who is just a firecracker of a character, and I had to stop for a minute when she has to, kill Drogo, and that got to me, because in the book you get a little bit more of her, how she's feeling about it, and it is very, very sad, much sadder than it was in the show. You've got Jon, whose whole story is so tragic, and all I would say is Catelyn Stark is kind of a bitch. He's a 14-year-old boy, and yes, he's not your son. Yes, you think Ned had sex with another woman, but don't take out on this kid who's very upset that his brother is dying. it's just, he has to be sent to the wall because he can't go to court because he's the bastard son of Ned Stark. And you can't take a bastard to court, which, excuse me, you have incest going on, but bastards, no, can't be done. Then you've got Tyrion, who is an amazing character again. He's very self-aware. He's a Lannister. He knows he's a Lannister. He knows what he's worth. He's very cocky. He also knows he's a dwarf. He's very quick. He's very witty. He doesn't mind standing up to people. He's just an incredible character, and I love him. Like, out of all of them, I think Tyrion's my favourite. Then Daenerys, then Jon, then Arya. But saying that, this is just the first book, and I will be reading all of the others. And yeah, it took me longer than I thought, so I'm not going to read the rest of them in 2 weeks because the 2 weeks are already up. So, but anyway, thank you guys for watching this vlog. If you are interested, let me know, because I will be doing the rest of them. It might not all be in vlog form. I may just sit down and speak to you about them after they've finished. I don't know. If you want a vlog, please tell me down below. And thanks again for watching, guys. Bye.